Hello mate, this is J League Tactics. In this video, you will learn how Napoli and Roma played the game from tactical point of view. Let's take a look. Napoli's basic formation is 4-1-2-3. Regarding the attacking, when Napoli has a ball in the lower position, they formed 2-3-2-3. One of the difference between other team is that two offensive midfielders do not take the higher position when Napoli possess the ball in the lower position. Usually, many teams which adopt 3-5 structure deploy two players around this area and sometimes try to receive the ball behind the defenders. But Napoli does not deploy any player around this area. Both Napoli's two offensive midfielders often drop deeper in order to join the build-up from the lower position. As a result, it looks like a diamond shape in the central area. Napoli's fullback is required to implement many tasks for the attacking. First, the fullback receives the ball at his feet in order to join the build-up. To receive the ball, the fullback often pretends to push forward. Second, the fullback sometimes push forward and attract the opponent in order to open up the pass course to the winger. Third, the fullback sometimes receives the ball in the central or opposite side of his position in order to implement the build-up. When Napoli get the pocket space, there are two options for the opposite side of the fullback. First, the fullback often wait around the outside of the central penalty area in order to pick up the second ball. Second, the fullback often penetrate into the penalty area in order to score the goal. When Napoli possessed the ball in the higher position, they sometimes formed 2-1-2-5 structure. When Napoli has the ball in the attacking third, Napoli intended to create the overload situation and get the pocket space with one winger, one offensive midfielder, and one fullback in order to create the decisive opportunity. For example, in this footage, when Politano had the ball, Anguissa tried to get the pocket space. By doing this, Roma's two players were attracted to Anguissa. Then Di Lorenzo exploited the space in front of two Roma's players and provided fantastic crossing. In addition, Lobotka, who is the defensive midfielder, supports the ball holder by creating a pass course. His another task is to pick up the second ball in the central area. This is another example. When Politano had the ball, Anguissa firstly tried to get the pocket space, but Anguissa could not get it. So Di Lorenzo tried to get it and finally it was successful. In addition, Lobotka, who is the defensive midfielder, supports the ball holder by creating a pass course. His another task is to pick up the second ball in the central area. Here is the example for the left flank. When Kvaratskhelia had the ball on the left flank, Oliveira ran through the half space and got the pocket space, and McTominay tried to receive the ball in the central area. In the same way, the defensive midfielder Lobotka creates the pass course and also prepare for picking up the second ball. In this way, Napoli intentionally create the overload situation and get the pocket space. Napoli's basic defending formation is 4-1-4-1. When Roma possessed the ball in the lower position, Napoli aggressively put pressure on Roma's defending line. In the first half, Roma adapted 4+2 structure for the build-up. Therefore, centre-forward Lukaku and either of two offensive midfielder, Anguissa or McTominay, pushed forward and put pressure on Roma's two centre-backs. However, in the second half, Roma adapted 3+2 structure for the build-up. Therefore, centre-forward Lukaku and Napoli's two wingers, Neres and Politano, put pressure on Roma's three centre-backs. Depending on the opponent's build-up structure, Napoli also changed the way how to put pressure on the defending line. In the first half, Roma's basic formation was 4-2-3-1. Roma's basic defending formation for the first half was 4-4-1-1. Regarding Roma's defending, Pellegrini was positioned as offensive midfielder. When Napoli had the ball in the higher position, Pellegrini joined the defending wherever the ball was. When Napoli had the ball in the lower position, Roma formed 4-4-2 and either of two forwards covered the pascals to Napoli's pivot. With respect to the attacking, when Roma had the ball in the lower position in the first half, Roma formed 4+2 structure or 2+4 structure. However, there was almost no footage that Roma possessed the ball in the first half. Roma spent most of the time on defending. In the second half, Roma's basic formation changed to 3-1-4-2. When it comes to the defending, Roma formed 5-3-2 structure. Basically, Roma did not aggressively put the high press and retreated in their own field. With respect to the attacking, Roma formed 3-1-2-4 structure. After Roma conceded a goal in the second half, there was some footage that Roma possessed the ball, but finally Roma could not create many chances in the end. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please press the good button and subscribe this channel.